Hi, everyone. For those who don't know, Yubi's stepson Adam. But the wonderful thing about him was he made me feel like I was his son, just like David or I was Benjamin. I mean, I was one of the kids. I wasn't his stepson. And that was wonderful. I flew in from Winnipeg because I live in Canada now. And it's a long plane ride, so I had time to sit and think about all the good memories that I had with him. There were so many. One of the common themes people talk about is how reliable he was. There was no one more reliable than Yubi. I mean, if you called him, he was there. And not only was he there, he didn't make you feel guilty about it. Like, he didn't make you feel bad. He had to give you a ride somewhere. It's almost like he enjoyed it. Like, he enjoyed doing it for people. I mean, that's wonderful. That's, just to be that reliable. You always could count on him. Just a couple of quick memories I have. I went to a lot of baseball games with him as a kid growing up. He taught me how to keep score at a baseball game, which is one of the greatest things as a young boy that you could do. Go to a baseball game and keep score and have a hot dog. And he always had a joke to go with it. For those of you who may remember, there was a player on the Mets in the early 80s, Yubi Brooks. And every time we filled out a scorecard, how do you spell that guy's name? He always had like a quick one-liner, am I right? Like always a funny story to tell. There was a time where I had a job out on the island and I didn't drive yet. I mean, he drove me to the job. He sat in the car and waited till I was done, then drove me home. I mean, that's just not something people do, but he did it. And just to show you how his spirit and how he'll live on in all of us, the things that he did. When I met my current wife, Francine, her daughter, Lily, was 6, which is about the time that I met him. So whenever I do stuff with Lily, who's now my stepdaughter, she's actually just my daughter. I was his son and she's my daughter. And I do stuff for her, I try to think of him, how he always did stuff with a smile. If I have to drive her to a basketball game, I make it a big event. I'm happy to take her because he's happy to take me. I go to hockey games with her. We make it a point to go to the concession stand and get food, and I get her whatever she wants because that's what he did for me. So she's 13 now, and I treat her like she's my daughter because Yubi taught me how to do that. So, and the father that I am today to her, I have 3 kids of my own. There's a lot of lessons that he taught me that will live on as I take care of my children and I raise them. I'll always think of him, how he made me feel like I was his son. And for that, I love him. And I really didn't tell him enough, but I'm glad I'm here to tell everyone here that I loved him. He was my dad. I'm glad he lived long enough to see a lot of wonderful things in our lives. And he was able to meet my daughter, Serafina. He met my wife. He was at my wedding. He was at Benjamin's wedding. And, when you're feeling sad and upset, I want you to just think about the fact that we made him happy too, by him being able to share in all those wonderful things, the way he made us happy and made us feel welcome and warm. And I'll always think of him every time I interact with my kids, because he showed me through breakfasts on Sunday morning, car rides to games, things like that. That's the way to be. So, Dad, I love you, and I'll always remember you as long as I live, and I hope I can be as reliable to my kids as you were to me.